There's no water in there. So that one right there has the only little bit of water. And I don't know how these things work. Like, I guess when it rains, they'll fill up and that's it. I think most of the elk are gonna come off there. Might put a ground blind right here. Or where the four-wheeler is, just up against here. Two, three, four fresh piss. Then you can see the elk filter here. You can get a shot right here. I'd like to be 50 yards off. Maybe right here.
That might be good because it's like right up against another fence in there.
And there's a trail right there.
It backs you up against something they're not going to come behind, so.
Yeah, this is also pretty good because they're not going to come. I don't think they're going to come. I think they're going to come from that trail over here or right there. We'll set this up later. We got to go glass. My glassing spot, full 360. Now let's find some elk. Okay, so dropped you off. This ridge right here, I started going up it halfway and looked to my right, and there was 2 5-point bulls in that juniper.
Yeah, I just saw them. I just got good footage of them.
Oh, good. So they were just chilling right there, but not 150 yards from the four-wheeler, so I kind of went off the edge, went out of the skylight, and then snuck over, glassed them. I was like, oh darn, there's just fives. Went to that peak, and then I went to the second peak way over there. I don't know if you can see it in the skylight. But I went to that one and glassed all the backside, all this side. Could probably see about 5 miles and then came back down and took these ridges over and tried to get on the backside of what you were seeing. And I saw a mule deer doe, and I think I saw the small 6-point from last night with 3 cows coming out of the burn over the backside through a saddle.
Okay.
And really disappointing morning. I mean, like, no tracks. I got out and hiked ridges and fingers, and basically from here, like, just draw a line, you can take a 4-wheeler down any finger, which is like, I don't like that. But conversely, from here this way to the road, there is no 4-wheeler trails. So if I was an elk, I would stay over here. I wouldn't have to hear 4-wheelers or anything stopping and messing with me. But there's another spring I wanted to check out. It's about 5 miles as the crow flies. I don't know how to get there, but we'll figure it out. And I can't believe that water hole doesn't have water. I mean, there was like this much water left. Not enough for an elk, but there was fresh elk pee from last night everywhere. Some dude built a really crappy ground blind out of sage and left a note in a bottle saying he was going to be hunting this August 25th through September 16th, just the entire season. And it's public land. I'm probably going to put a blind up there, and plus he's like literally 15 yards off the water. Oh, that's him, right?
Yep. You coming back up the other side?
I thought maybe they'd have another bull with them.
Where at?
Okay, so we're at a guzzler. Unfortunately, there's a 4-wheeler trail right to it, but Jacob just checked, and it's holding water. It's just not draining yet, but the animals are here because we bumped a little 4x4 mule deer, young buck, coming into water, and we watched the way he exited, and it just makes sense with all the tracks we just checked. They all kind of funnel around and down. So from here, we blended it in really well. Like, that's good. And the sun should be hopefully about here, not shining directly into the blind, about that prime time between 2 and 5 p.m. I'm not a great ground blind sitter, but we're looking at the trails here. We're looking at like a 25 and a 30 yard shot. We're looking at like a 40 and 45 yard shot. And potentially 50 or 60 out here, which is totally, that's within the wheel. And then they could even potentially come right here behind us. Don't really know what the wind does, but it seems to be changing constantly. Looks like somebody made a ground blind over there. Not sure what that's all about, but we can't really see it from our blind. So what we'll probably do is when we do sit this, we'll park our 4-wheeler, and if there's another 4-wheeler here or Razor, we'll just come in. They probably won't even notice us. We'll just come up the gully and slip in the back of our blind. But we're not going to sit this, but I can tell you that this is the elk hub. All the best elk signs here. We saw a 6-point with a club on one side. We saw 2 rag 5s right here. We saw a 6 and a cow in the burn, not too far away. We have 2 more guzzlers to check. I think it's a water game. We did bugle at one bull. He lifted his head and put it back down, kept feeding. So it's not quite time yet, but the testosterone's going up and the daylight's going down, so we're in a great position. What's up? Day 2 update, scout day. Tomorrow's the opener. This morning glassed up 5 elk, I think a small 6-point, 3 cows, and then 2 rag 5s together, all white horned and no shooter bulls. Today we've just been checking areas, looking for sign and eliminating places that just don't have the sign. We're back in a general area that we've been the yesterday afternoon, so it's good sign, some rubs, definitely some tracks and some elk doo-doo everywhere. So unfortunately the smoke is blowing in, like it cleared and then I can just see a cloud or a wave of smoke and the wind's blowing hard. So it's just literally went from the most amazing visibility to now I just put my spotter away. I can't even use my spotter. So I'm gonna take a nap, breathe in the smoke, and wake up, hopefully find a big bull, maybe kill one tomorrow. Okay, just winding down. Today is our second day of scouting. Tomorrow is opening day. I wish I could tell you that we had this awesome bull picked out, ready to go, but it's just not the case. We've seen 7 different bulls in 2 days of scouting, kind of an evening scout, and then today. The winds picked up, the smoke moved in, glassing was really tough tonight. We finally saw a couple other hunters too scouting, so there's going to be a little bit of competition, but Jacob and I just kind of sat down and really just kind of went through the best scenario. So we're still going to give this area a shot. We're going to go to a little bit of an area we haven't quite glassed yet, and we're going to get as high as possible so we can see as much country as possible, kind of like we did this morning, except we're just going to kind of check out a little bit further than we went today, and glassed up like a 300-inch bull today. Really nice bull, but we're just kind of looking for something pretty mature and a little bit of a wow factor this early in the hunt. So really enjoying Nevada and excited for tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes.